Hey guys, sorry for the delay today. Normally these will be at 10:30, but I had a flat tire and had to go get my tires changed. And for some reason, this camera is not really being very being very flattering today. I'm not sure what's going on. So I'm so excited for you to be here. I am going to be doing these every Wednesday around 10:30. Again, it's going to be kind of like a coffee chat. Hey Becky, so glad that you're on. I'm going to be kind of like a coffee chat and just kind of like a Wednesday well-being, Wednesday wisdom type chat. In this group, under the featured section, there is a post asking you what topics you want me to go live on. Because again, this group is designed to help you with all things physical, mental, emotional well-being. And I want to make sure that these lives are beneficial to you. So go to that post and, give me some ideas. What do you want to hear about? February is typically, I'm going to try and stick around unless you guys give me more ideas, kind of your physical well-being. But anxiety came up a lot. So we're going to talk about 11 tips for helping with anxiety here in a minute. The other thing that you're going to see is every Monday, I'm going to have a ask your coach a question. So you can ask me anything there and I will respond there or in the live for that week. So that will be coming up every Monday. Again, you can comment anonymously if you want to ask a question that is a little bit sensitive that you don't want to like have your name or picture attached to. So you can, I do believe you can comment anonymously on that post. So use this group, guys. This group is full of amazing women and I'm here to serve you and give you what you came for. So tell me what you want. So I am a life coach. I'm a certified life and mindset coach. I also have had my doctorate in physical therapy for over 25 years at this point. So I tell you that so that you know that I have coached thousands of women, right? Thousands of patients. As a physical therapist, I've helped them like through their, physical limitation recovery, their functional recovery, their pain, all of those things. I was a wellness coach, still am a wellness coach as well, and have been a life coach for several years. So I'm here to coach you, right? I am your coach in this group as well. Hey, I'm so excited as you guys hop on. If you want to drop in the chat where you're joining from, that would be great. So some of the topics that I love teaching on and helping my clients with is, hey Anne, good morning, is people pleasing, procrastination, perfectionism, overthinking, self-doubt. So those are kind of my three to four topics that I know plagued me for so long and plague a lot of my clients. So that's also what you'll find in my social media. So if we're not connected on Instagram or Facebook, make sure you're following me there because I also give a lot of great tips and share some stories there as well. So thank you for the love. I love it. So I'm so glad you're here. I know you're busy. And today, like I said, we're going to talk about anxiety and I'm going to be sharing, after I share a little story, I'm going to be sharing 11 tips with, yes, is it Araceli? I may be saying your name wrong. Hi from Arizona. Yay. I'm so sorry if I butchered your name. I'm not the best with names, but I know a couple people commented in that post about anxiety. So this one's going to be like a general anxiety, some tips. Okay. And I'm going to share like my story with anxiety. I am in full-fledged perimenopause. I am 49, almost getting ready to turn 50 in March. My husband just celebrated his 50th birthday. And those of you that follow me on social media saw that we're huge Ravens fans. He was gifted from my brother-in-law a trip to go watch the Ravens play in Baltimore. So that was really exciting. But for a long time, I battled anxiety. So my anxiety would show up in worrying about things. Hey, Ann. Awesome. Yep, the replay will be up. And I'm going to try to keep these short so that they're not too long. I'm shooting for under 10 minutes, but if questions come up, I'll be answering them as well. And I totally get having to leave. I'm sorry I was late, guys. Emergencies come up. But my anxiety would wake me up in the morning. So like my bladder gets me up at 4 a.m. every morning. And then I would get back in bed and my mind would just start racing. Like I literally felt like my mind was a tornado spiral, like it would just keep spiraling about the worry. And it would be everything from paying the bills to my children, to work, to getting the laundry done. Like, how am I going to get all my to-dos done? And it would just like, the more I thought and stayed awake and the more I worried about getting back to sleep, like the worse it got, right? Until I felt like pressure in my chest. And then it would kind of follow me for the rest of the day. Like I would start to feel like somebody was grabbing my throat and like kind of like clenching down. I also would feel tightness in my chest, and sometimes I would actually feel like nauseous in my belly. And that is your body's way of telling you that something's going on, right? That something's going on up here. Your inner mean girl, your bully brain, your monkey brain, whatever you want to call it, is taking over, and the anxiety is setting in. Okay, so the biggest thing that helped me was when I hired my life coach 4 years ago, because that's who I got certified through. And she taught me that I'm in control of my thoughts, right? So that's one of the things that we're going to talk about. And one of my top tips is that you're in control of your thoughts. So if you're having thoughts that are causing you worry and anxiety, or your worry is building into anxiety, you can start to control those thoughts, right? Because it's your brain, right? Your bully brain is going to try to push back, but you can control it once you're aware of what's happening. So let's get right to it, okay? Because I want to honor your time. And just know that managing anxiety, it's multifaceted, right? There's lots of different things that go into it. To say this, I'm a physical therapist and a life coach. I am not a psychiatrist, a medical doctor, or any of those things. So this is not medical advice. These are the things that have helped me and that I've helped my clients have helped them with their anxiety, okay? So one of the ones that I love is breathing, breath work. I'm actually getting certified in breath work so that I can bring more of this to you all and to my clients. But deep breathing and relaxation techniques. So YouTube is a very great free resource that you can just go to YouTube and search breath work for anxiety, right? And it'll give you a short little breath work topic to help you with your anxiety. So when you start to feel it, whether it's physical or mental, however yours presents first, just practice some deep breathing. And one of the ones that I love that work very well for my kids and for most of my clients is box breathing. And to keep it simple, it's just you inhale for 4 counts, you hold for 4 counts, you exhale for 4 counts, you hold for 4 counts. So in your brain, just imagine that you're drawing a square, right? So inhale for 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold 2, 3, 4, exhale 2, 3, 4, hold 2, 3, 4, and then you just repeat it. And repeat it for 5-6 times, like a couple of minutes. And that also starts to calm your body down, because anxiety puts your body in this fight or flight, like you're like this. And box breathing just helps your body realize, okay, I'm safe. And you can even say that word over and over as you're doing the box breathing. I'm safe, I'm safe, I'm in a safe place. You can look around and see that you're safe. Your body doesn't feel safe. That's why it's making you feel anxious. Okay, so breathing is my tip number 1. Also, there's, if you, on YouTube, like physical, progressive muscle relaxation is also another great one. But mindfulness and meditation is great too. So again, YouTube is a free resource that I'm just going to keep saying, like YouTube, but there's also plenty of other meditation apps that have breathing and meditation on them. Insight Timer is one that I use. But practicing mindfulness and meditation has been a game changer for my anxiety as well. And mindfulness just brings you back to the present moment. So like when my mind was spiraling, like when I was laying in bed and I was thinking all these crazy thoughts and getting more and more anxious, I would do some breathing, and then I would just pay attention to where I was. How did my pillow feel? How did the dogs feel snuggled up beside me? What was I hearing in my room? What could I see? What could I smell? Typically it was dogs. What was I feeling? Like, how did my pillow feel? How did the sheets feel? And that takes your mind out of the spiral and into something focused on the present. Okay, so that's kind of what mindfulness means. There's also some great body scan meditations on YouTube. So again, you just search like body scans. You can search meditations for anxiety. You can search breath work for anxiety. Okay, so we're going to do deep breathing and relaxation techniques as tip 1. Tip 2 is mindfulness and meditation. Okay, so getting your body out of the spiral and back into the present moment. Number 3 is healthy lifestyle choices, because again, this all comes into play. Anxiety is a holistic problem, right? It's not just up here, it's not just your body, but it's also like what you're doing. Are you exercising? What are you eating? So regular exercise can reduce anxiety, even just like a walking routine, like getting outside and walking for 10 or 15 minutes. Getting outside calms your nervous system. Exercise calms your nervous system. It can make a big difference. A balanced diet to make sure that you're getting proper fuel, right? And avoiding excess caffeine, sugar, and alcohol. Okay, all 3 of those. And again, I'm not saying go all crazy and like completely nix it all, but monitor your intake of those things. Okay, caffeine can really amp up your anxiety. And when my anxiety was the worst was when I was consuming the most coffee and like those like pre-workout drinks. And then the third suggestion for healthy lifestyle is sleep. Okay, when your brain is tired, everything is so much worse. Just like when our kids are tired, their behavior is so much worse. It's the same thing for adults. It's just like you just can't see our outward behavior. You can just feel it inside as anxiety, short-temperedness, agitation, those sorts of things. So prioritize sufficient sleep. Number 4 is to establish a routine, okay? Creating a daily routine that's going to add structure to your day and knowing what to expect can certainly reduce your anxiety, okay? Your brain does better having kind of a plan. Number 5, challenge those negative thoughts, okay? This is where where I was telling you, like, you're in control of your thoughts. So if your negative, like, thinking in your mind, like, your health is so bad, and what does this mean, and am I going to die, and am I ever going to feel better? Like, those thoughts are not serving you. They're causing you more anxiety, and when you think negative thoughts, it's just going to keep you stuck in that negative pattern. So instead, a simple switch is to just flip it to, like, more of a positive thought, okay? So if your thought is, I'm never going to lose this weight, or I'm fat, or I'm lazy, or any of those things, like, think about how that makes you feel, right? When you're making your body feel that way, of course it's not going to respond to, oh, sure, let's just drop the weight and get motivated to exercise. But if you're able to turn the thought into something positive, like, my body's not letting me down, we're healing. My body's not letting me down, we're going to lose this weight together. I can lose this weight, I've done it before. So thinking of more of a powerful thought, an empowering thought, instead of something that's making you feel negative. And when you have those thoughts, like, they're sneaky. Your inner mean girl is very, very sneaky. When you start having those thoughts and you feel it in your body, take a pause and say, what am I thinking? Is that serving me? Let's change the thought. Okay. Next is social support. Okay. Talk to your friends and family about your feelings. Find a friend that's going to support you and listen without judging you. Okay. Sometimes sharing and being able to just get it off your chest can be a great relief. But what I would tell you is that tell your friend or your partner or your spouse, especially if it's a female-male relationship, or more feminine energy and masculine energy, the masculine energy person's going to want to fix it. So if you're not looking for them to fix it, just say, I just need you to listen, right? So I just need you to listen and get this off my chest. I don't need you to try to save me, right? So tell them what you need before you have the conversation, because most people want to help. So they may give suggestions that you don't want to hear. So as you're starting to get, like, your anxiety off your chest, if you just want them to listen, just give them a heads up and say, hey, I really am feeling anxious. I want to get this off my chest. Can you just listen? I don't really need advice. I just need to get it off my chest. Okay. That gives them the expectation that you're not looking for them to fix it. Okay. So social support is huge, right? Also, like, being part of a community like this can feel very empowering and make you feel less alone. Like, when you look at the comments on this post, even though it's only 2 or 3 of you, they're very similar. So it's going to make you feel less alone and know that what you're feeling is normal. And again, I'm saying normal as in lots of people are suffering from it. I'm not saying normal as in you have to stay suffering anxiety, okay? Limit your exposure to stressors. So this can be situations or environments that trigger your anxiety, okay? So if the news triggers your anxiety, stop watching the news. There's not a whole lot that's on there that you can't quickly get from social media, right? And again, on the news, I don't feel like there's a lot that we need to know about. Politics, we're in an election year. There's going to be a lot of debating, a lot of, like, snarkiness out there. If that triggers you, then get your information from a platform that doesn't trigger you, okay? Relaxation techniques, we talked about this before. This could be anything that you enjoy, whether it's reading, listening to music, spending time in nature. Set realistic goals. Break down a larger task into smaller, more manageable goals and celebrate yourself as you achieve them, okay? No matter how small. And when I say that, like, I don't want you to set a goal of losing 50 pounds in a month. That's not a realistic goal. And setting a goal of losing 50 pounds in a month is going to make you feel anxious. Like, how am I going to get that done? Right? So set a more realistic goal. Let's say, let's lose 10 pounds in month 1 by eating healthier, moving my body, and drinking half my body weight in water. Okay? Realistic goals. Number 10, educate yourself. Learn as much as you can about stress management and anxiety, and make sure you're considering the source. Okay, make sure you're considering the source of the information, because there's lots of people out there, lots of things out there that aren't necessarily great suggestions. So understanding what you're going through can empower you to cope more effectively with anxiety. Okay. And then number 11 is professional help. If you are at a point where your anxiety is causing you issues in your life, it may be time to talk to a therapist, or even work with a coach. I would say if your anxiety is debilitating and causing you to not function normally, you might want to talk to a therapist. Therapists and coaching can work really well together, but they are different entities, and I'm happy to have that conversation about the differences. But I'm a firm believer that everybody can benefit from talking to a therapist, whether it's a psychologist, a psychiatrist, a licensed social worker that's trained in those sorts of things. Consider getting help, guys. Let's normalize mental health and just know that our culture is creating a lot of anxiety, right? We're coming right out of COVID and we're into a time where people are using their busyness as a status symbol, and the busier they are and the more quickly they're responding to stuff, and go is creating that feeling of your body feeling unsafe, which is making you feel very anxious. So remember that everybody's different, okay? So these are things that help me. So try one or two of them, come back to the group or reach out to me privately and let me know how you're doing. And if one doesn't work, then try something else, right? But again, if you're at a point where you're feeling so overwhelmed and lost and hopeless, and having thoughts of harming yourself, then please get professional help quickly. And it may take some time to figure out what's going to work for you, right? So it's okay to seek professional support. We're trying to normalize your mental health and your mental well-being. All right. With that said, if any of this resonated with you, I would love to hear in the comments. Please go to the featured post in this group and tell me what other topics you might want to hear about. Every Monday, there should be, as long as you guys are engaging with it, I'm going to be having an Ask a Coach. And again, I think you can comment and ask questions anonymously. If not, if you want to just message me a question that you want me to answer, I'm happy to do that in my messages as well. If it's a message that I think the group would benefit from, I might answer it in the group, like in a live, but obviously not mention any names, okay? And with that, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I'll see you next Wednesday.